Hi, welcome to Craft Little Things again. I'm Andrea and I'm going to be doing this sketch challenge card today. This one is for Positively Papecraft. I had to give a bit of a think, but I came up with something in the end. Obviously you've seen what I came up with. And what I might do this time is not show you what I came up with and just show you the sketch, and then you'll be as surprised as I am. Right, so I'm going to use some old cardstock for this one, some old DSP. I'm going with the black and white and berry burst theme. So I'm starting off with a 4x6 base that's 15.2 centimetres by 10.2 centimetres. And onto that I'm using this is from the Coffee, I don't know what it was called, it was from last year's catalogue. Can't remember if it was Coffee, I'm not quite sure what it's called, but anyway, it's coffee beans. But I thought it looked quite nice. Now that, it doesn't matter how big that is, as long as it's 5 7/8 long, which is 14.9 centimetres. But this width, as long as it's not too short, it doesn't matter. Mine's 3.5 inches, so that's 8.9 centimetres, and that's just going to go down. I'm going to make it as I go along actually, because see on the back it's got all these coffee pots. I can't remember what it was called. I don't think I've ever used it before, to be honest. This is what I'm doing, before my new stuff comes, I'm buying, before all the new stuff comes, I'm using my old stuff. So that piece is just going to go onto there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is this piece is going to sort of go like that, to give me that line there in between the two. I mean, that's sort of heavily patterned. I don't know if that's supposed to be embossed or what, but that's going to go like that. So this, obviously this black piece needs to come just inside. So this berry burst piece is just going to come a little bit further inside of that. Okay, now the berry burst piece and the black piece and this super thin 2/8 of an inch strip are all the same length, and they're all 5 7/8. So they're all 14.9, okay, by 1 inch, 2.5. So I'm just going to stick these on. This Tombow is running out now. Still keeps on happening though. So you just want that to overlap a little bit. Whoops. That was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? Excuse the dog in the background. And then what I'm going to do is pop this bit on next. And I'm going to take that right nearer the edge. So I'm just leaving that 1/8 of an inch showing. That one could have been a bit straighter, to be honest, but. And then for this one, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on my hand and just run it through it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave about 1/2 inch between the two. Okay. And then what I've got next is I've got 3 strips of the same berry burst DSP. I think this is from the Eclectic also eclectic set, I think. And these are 1 inch wide by 3 inches long, so that's 2.5 by 7.6 centimetres. And these I'm going to stick on as the sketch suggests, with just small gaps between them. I'm going to place my middle one first. Right, I do think it's time for a new Tombow. So I'm going to place my middle one first. I'm going to pop that there. I'm just going to kind of leave it almost equidistant from each end. That might be okay just for little embellishments and stuff. And then I'm going to get my next piece. I have had to trim these down a tiny little bit because my paper trimmer has been tearing things to pieces again. So I'm just going to leave about 1/4 of an inch maybe between them. This is distressed when you see the whole sheet, and it gives it a kind of a suede look to it, which is quite nice. It's not the colour theory stack, although that you could use that for this. And then what I've done is I've used the largest stitched shape frame, the oval one, and cut out of this same paper. And again, I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of the retired DSPs, and I've done the oval, which I'm going to put on sort of there. The nothing's ever lined up right when I'm looking down. I've just got the scissors. Yeah, so on this one it's kind of going over all three, but on mine it's not. And then what I did was I took the next size down and stitch shape frame that, and I used Love What You Do stamp set, the new one. Use this and this, and I stamped this in black and that in Berry Burst. These were just stamped straight, and this one was just stamped off a little bit. You could use dimensionals to pop this together if you wanted to. I can never, when I'm sitting where I am, unless I've got my head over my work, I can never get things straight. Then I made this sentiment. I used Miss You from the, whoops, I used Miss You from the Hand Delivered Hostess set from the new catalogue. It's great, that set. And I stamped it in Berry Burst onto a square of Whisper White, and I just edged off with the same ink. And that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, so that's 4.5 centimetres squared. And then I'm going to set that with dimensionals onto another square, which is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, so that's 4.8 centimetres squared. And then onto a piece of basic black, which is 2 by 2, so that's 5 by 5 centimetres squared. Did I say 4 by 8 for the one underneath? I think I did. So I'm just going to layer those up with dimensionals. And I'm just going to set that. I don't want to cover too much of the flower up, so I'm going to set it there. Okay, So that's my card finished. You can put embellishments on if you want. If you've got any of these left lying around, you've got the Berry Burst colour here, but I think I'd go for the paler version of it and stick it on, even though it's not called for. So what? Just stick it on there. Just a little something. And what was I going to do next? I've forgotten what I was going to do next. Oh yeah, I was just going to check dimensionals in the new catalogue, wasn't I? Yeah, $3.75. I think they were $3.75, so they haven't gone up. Tombo's still $3.75. That hasn't gone up. Fast Fuse is gone now. The glue dots, I'm not sure if the glue dots have gone up. They're £5 now. I don't like to say. So there you go. So there it is, my challenge entry, sketch challenge, and this was originally by mojomondaybblogspot.com, sketch designed by Julie Tillman in 2010. It's really pretty. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.